Welcome back, everyone. So in today's stimulus update, what we're actually going to be doing is looking at what a President Biden stimulus plan would look like. Biden is currently the president-elect, soon to be president, in just a couple months from now. And what would his vision be for a stimulus legislation? What would he want to see included? What would the amount look like? We're going to be looking at it in today's video. A quick thank you to any new subscribers that have hopped on in recent days, and also we just got word from YouTube that we have hit 200,000 views on this channel, 200,000 views total on this channel. It's all because of you guys and your support, and I greatly appreciate every single solitary one of you. If you have been enjoying my content, you have been enjoying my updates and knowledge and all the wisdom that I try to provide, all the value that I try to give in my videos, go ahead and just do one quick favor. Hit that like button for me, smash the like button. I would really appreciate that. Also, if you haven't already, hit that big red subscribe button and also hit that notification bell as well. I do post videos now every single solitary day. No exceptions, no excuses. So if you just do those few things for me and we can get the ball rolling. So we don't have an actual piece of legislation in our hands yet. We don't have a draft. We don't have the final bill. Biden is not in office yet. He is still just a citizen or president-elect. He may have Secret Service security, but he is not in any way, shape, or form able to make any new laws right now, sign any executive orders, or put forth any laws in this country, or inject any stimulus. But we do have a good idea of what he would want to see in the next stimulus package. So when it comes to Biden's stimulus plan, he's being extra liberal when it does come to the fiscal spending that he wants to see in any new relief legislation. He's actually calling on the Democrats and Congress, for that matter, to pass that $3.4 trillion bill that the Democrats passed earlier this year. That bill specifically was, of course, just passed in the House. It didn't actually make it to the president's desk as it was rejected by the GOP-led Senate. But Biden is also warning of a, quote, dark winter coming very soon as recorded virus infections are reaching new highs. We're seeing record highs all over the country, some of the highest numbers, actually the highest numbers ever when it came to this pandemic. And so he wants to see as much relief injected into this economy as possible. But what would that include, and what would that actually look like? Well, first of all, there's already rumors and talks that Biden would actually enact another lockdown in this country of at least 4 to 6 weeks. He wants to see the country shut down again, just like Trump predicted. He vocally had said Biden will shut down this country, and lo and behold, there are talks that Biden's administration would shut down this country. Now, at the same time, although Trump did predict it, you can also say it's also Trump's fault because he was not able to get the virus under control under his watch. Biden recently said, quote, "That requires sparing no effort to fight COVID so we can open our businesses safely, resume our lives, and put this pandemic behind us. It's going to be difficult, but it can be done." Biden is also saying it should be imperative that lawmakers should pass a relief package during the lame duck session before they adjourn next month. He had said, quote, "Refusal of Democrats, Republicans to cooperate with one another is not due to some mysterious force beyond our control. It's a conscious decision. If we can decide not to cooperate, we could decide to cooperate." But that's not reflective of what we're seeing right now. Democrats and Republicans alike are not even trying to make a token effort to rekindle these negotiations. The White House is sitting out completely from the negotiating table, and McConnell is still trying and vying for a smaller, targeted package that Democrats would instantly reject. So let's go over the few key elements of any stimulus package, or at least that should be in the next stimulus package. First, starting off with stimulus checks. Would you get another stimulus check under Biden's plan? Well, the good news is that Biden's plan, akin to Trump's plan and all of the plans that we've seen come out of Congress, would in fact include more stimulus checks. He never specified how much or how many, or if any of the qualifications would change. Democrats and Republicans are currently negotiating for more stimulus relief that would include another round of stimulus payments, but the clock is ticking, of course, to get that bill passed. But Democrats and Republicans still want to see bipartisan approval in there. They do support, they are in agreement that there should be more stimulus checks in the next package. So stimulus checks are essentially a decisive yes, and we just don't know the amount yet, but you can probably count on $1,200 and $500 for dependents, with the definition of dependents being expanded to more children and dependents. Well, what about unemployment benefits? And with lockdowns already coming and already happening in the country right now, I live in New York. Cuomo has already extended some restrictions already, and Biden has not even become president yet, so we'll see what happens at the federal level. But unemployment benefits are super important and imperative when it comes to relief. What happened was that the restrictions led to an unprecedented spike in unemployment. Back in May, we saw 20 million people unemployed, a percentage that we have not seen, actually greater than the Great Depression. So unemployment benefits are going to be a must, especially if Biden implements new restrictions and shuts down the country again, to some extent, of course, maybe not a total lockdown, but a lockdown with certain rules and implications. And so when it came to the CARES Act, that provided a weekly bonus on the federal level of $600. It expired on July 31st, as we know, and that was on top of your state's benefits. So for anyone that was collecting unemployment, you were receiving $600 plus what you were receiving at the state level. And then back in August, Trump signed an executive memo or executive memorandum that would re-spark these unemployment benefits, and that was for $300 for 6 weeks. So you receive $300 a week for 6 weeks. That was Trump's executive order that has long expired as well. So Biden's plan doesn't say exactly how much funding may be available, but it does in fact say that a bill would improve unemployment benefits again. We don't know how much. We can guess and hypothesize. I would hope at least $300 to $400. Obviously $600 again would be ideal, especially with new lockdowns. I think it would be only fair to do $600 again. And then interestingly, an element in Biden's plan that we did not see under any other legislation or even in the CARES Act was actually more Social Security money per month. So there were no measures to boost Social Security in the CARES Act and in other relief packages since then, but Biden's stimulus plan would actually call for an additional $200 to be added to the monthly payments that go to Social Security recipients. So that's great news for you older people who are collecting Social Security. You could expect some extra money in your payments on top of the stimulus check. And then another area that should definitely be paid attention to, and Trump also helped this area as well, was forgiveness of student loan debt. So included in the CARES Act that was passed several months ago, back towards the end of March, feels like an eternity ago, we did see forbearance of student loans. Well, what would Biden's plan call for? Well, he's actually saying those who owed money wouldn't need to make payments or see any interest accrue until the end of September. And if implemented in the future, there would of course be a different cutoff date. Under Trump's direction back in August, he extended the forbearance until the end of 2020. So Biden's plan goes a little bit different of a direction, and he actually offers a loan forgiveness of $10,000 minimum. Senator Elizabeth Warren, who ran for president and is also going to be instrumental in Biden's administration, most likely will end up being a cabinet member. She is a Democrat and a former presidential candidate, of course. She had outlined a plan to forgive the federal student loan debt back in September. Elizabeth Warren essentially wants to cancel all student loan debt, no exceptions, no excuses, completely absolve it. Other measures that we can expect in a Biden relief package would also include more money for small businesses, emergency sick leave for anyone who needs it, fiscal relief for states, so you're going to see that local government and state funding that the Democrats have so long yearned for. And you're also going to be seeing no out-of-pocket money for COVID-19 testing, treatment, and an eventual vaccine. So Biden, alongside with Trump also said this, he has called for vocally that the vaccine would be totally free. It would not cost 1 penny to get that vaccine, no cost to Americans. It would be delivered through some means, hopefully through companies. Trump even said the military, that the military would be instrumental in providing this vaccine and administering it. But either way, $0 is not going to cost anything to get vaccinated. Now it's worth noting that at the end of the day, it's not totally up to Biden, right? So he could do legislative action at the executive level, and he could sign executive orders, he could do executive memorandums, but at the end of the day, it is up to Congress. Congress has to pass this legislation. McConnell has to approve of it. The GOP may or may not be leading the Senate at the time of Biden's inauguration, as we still have 2 runoff races in Georgia that's going to totally decide the fate of the Senate. So that's going to be indicative and demonstrative of what we could see in a new relief package if the GOP no longer has control of the Senate. We will absolutely be finding out more as it gets closer and closer to Biden's inauguration. He is being briefed and should be briefed, I do believe, no matter what side you're on. Biden should be fully prepared and ready and raring to go to get into office, and hopefully, I do wish him well, try to get this country back on its feet. You could pass trillions of dollars of legislation, you could add as much as you'd like to the national debt, relief package after relief package, but under these circumstances, if you do not crush the virus, then it's never going to end. So I'd like to think that it's not wishful thinking that the Biden administration can take control of this virus. Let's keep the conversation going. Let me know down below in the comments. Let's chat. What would you like to see in a Biden stimulus plan? What do you think that the Biden administration will do? Do you think we'll see another lockdown? Let me know down below in the comments. Let's talk there. As always, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you got value out of it, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Smash the like button. Just help with that YouTube algorithm, so I do appreciate when you do that. Also, if you haven't already, do click that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well. That way you're notified every time I do make a new one. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.